Hi, it's me, Angelo. I had a idea to talk about foods that are good for you that you should be eating, or you might consider eating if you're trying to become healthy or if you want to stay healthy. And these foods have helped me tremendously in my quest to overcome my brain tumor and epilepsy, and it's been working. Um, Usually, if you're in touch with your body, you get the idea of whether or not what you're eating is good for you because you'll feel it. If you're out of touch with your body and your body's out of balance and you're eating just junk food all the time, like soda and hamburgers and fast food and lots of sugary foods, um, MSG, trans fats, polyunsaturated fats, hydrogenated oils, you're going to feel it. But some people are sick all the time, and that's their baseline, is just always being sick. So they have a hard time knowing what healthy normal is. And I think you see that a lot with drug addiction as well. When people are all addicted to a drug or dependent on a drug or a negative behavior or an unhealthy behavior, they are, and I've been in this position, are going to be more likely to thinking of that unhealthful behavior as their baseline. And it's once you get yourself detoxified, then you really can feel whether or not what you're doing is serving you or harming you. And so right now, I'm going to tell you about what I do a little bit. I've talked about this in the past, and when you read people who are talking about health or listen to people who are talking about health, they usually have a main point, and from that point, it branches out into other sub points. And I'm just going to talk real quickly about foods to eat. A lot of people who are used to processed foods, packaged foods, sugary foods, um, simple sugars like cane sugar and artificial sweeteners, they are going to maybe say, "Ooh, gross, that looks so nasty," like a smoothie, for example. That's what I'm going to have right now. I just made this in my Vitamix. You don't have to drink smoothies. You can eat fruits and vegetables if that's easier for you. I don't always want to eat a big pile of greens, so I make a smoothie with fruit in the morning. Um, Turmeric, ginger, those are great anti-inflammatory foods. When we're sick, our body becomes inflamed, and we become sicker, and we become more prone to disease, disease, cancer, and living a life of living an unhealthy life, I believe, probably led me to my diagnosis of cancer. I'm not saying that was the entire cause, but I'm sure it didn't help. Now, I was vegan. I was, you know, not an overeater, but that isn't necessarily the pathway completely to when you're doing those things. High gluten diet is probably not great for you because gluten does turn into sugars, and also it's a modified food. Wheat is often, especially the wheat that we eat here in America, wheat and corn are often modified foods. So one thing I will tell you that I believe with all of my heart is to always, when you can, buy organic or get organic. Not necessarily have to buy it, but you can make a relationship with your farmer, your local farmers market people, or just go into a grocery store that sells certified organic fruits and vegetables. And stay away from the three P's. This one I took from somebody else. I think it was a woman named Michelle Sheffer Cook. She was one of the first people I read that inspired me. Her book, the Ultimate 4-Week Detox Plan, and she talked about the three P's: processed foods, preservatives, and pre-made. I would throw another one, plastics. Anything in plastic, even if you're buying spinach and greens, if it's in plastic, it's usually not good. Anything touching plastic, it's a petroleum product. Now, some plastics are different than other plastics, but plastic is a fossil fuel, and it's really not recyclable. No plastic is recyclable. It's upcyclable, which means a majority of the product can be reused, but it also means CO2 emissions and all these other things when you purchase plastic, and in the upcycling of the plastic, again, that happens again. So I would recommend just buying bundles of fruits and vegetables, obviously bringing your own like cloth bag, and shopping like a hippie if that's what you think it is. I guess I'm a hippie. But anyways, foods I like to eat. I talked about turmeric and ginger, anti-inflammatory foods, black peppercorns, and coconut oils, high-density fats, like coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and to some extent, canola oil. So the foods I eat each morning, besides making that turmeric ginger decoction tea and putting a dollop of olive or coconut oil in it, and then the black peppercorn, fresh black peppercorn, because that's the pepperine is a component in black peppercorn. It's not found in hot peppers. It's only in peppercorns. That is what helps get the turmeric's curcumin. That is a substance in cumin, turmeric, and a few other root vegetables that is a great anti-inflammatory, and the black pepper gets it into the system. Otherwise, the body usually passes through most of the turmeric. And the high-density oil, like the coconut oil, gets it into your cells. And with the high-density oil and the black peppercorn, it delivers that really amazing dose where you'll have great skin, clean blood, you'll feel wonderful. I totally do this every day, and I love it. I think it's amazing. Turmeric is a super of all superfoods. I can't stress it enough. Ginger is awesome too. Raw ginger is amazing. It's very strong. You can taste it. It's very spicy. It has heat to it. It will make you sweat. If you have a lot of raw ginger, you will feel the burn. But it is an amazing food. Same with coconut oil, coconut, all kinds of coconut, as long as you're not allergic to it, obviously. Some people have nut allergies, which includes coconut. So just keep that in mind. Allergies, always consult a physician when you're doing anything, because food is medicine. The FDA is going to say, we do not approve of this. This has not been substantiated, because it's a natural substance. It doesn't come in pill form. There is not a proprietary patent on what we're talking about here. We're talking about natural, organic foods, which are the ultimate type of medicines. It was Socrates who said, food is medicine, medicine is food. So organic, completely non-genetically modified foods, which means the food hasn't been laboratory altered, hasn't had some kind of a pesticide, hasn't had some kind of a hormone in it. I stay away from meats, all red meats, all dairy, eggs. I don't mess with it. Some people tell you otherwise. Do what feels right to your body, but I'm just telling you what I do. I do eat a little bit of fish. I was 20 years almost without fish, but I added that to my diet because fish, despite some of the mercury and other things you can get from fish, wild-caught fish is a great source of high protein, high good fats, that high density fats, with lots of omegas. So yeah, back to things, what I put in my smoothie, all kinds of things. I do the kitchen sink smoothie. Lots of deep, deep greens. Anything you see that is green, dark green. I'm not talking about iceberg lettuce here because that stuff doesn't have much nutrition to it at all. It's not bad for you. It is good for your gut. But I'm talking about deep, dark greens. The highest source of protein is chlorella and spirulina. Those are powdered forms of sea vegetables. They might be gross to people, but I throw them in my smoothie. I put fruits and other things in there to make it not taste like I'm just drinking ocean greens. There's also kale. Purple is a dark green, believe it or not. If you see a green that's purple and green or purple, like kale, that is amazingly good for you. High amounts of fiber. Fiber is the key, in my opinion, and I've read lots of substantiating findings that say that your diet should consist a majority of fiber. So when you hear people say, oh, you're vegan, how do you get your protein? Well, you get more protein per ounce from spirulina and spinach and kale and chlorella than you do from any meat or any other food. So that's a whole misnomer that you don't get proteins if you eat in vegetables. You get proteins and you get fiber in greens. I mean, there's always the argument you're going to hear that I don't like it. Well, you know what? What are you going to argue with that? How are you going to say that? You can eat candy all day, I guess, if you like it. But is it going to serve you? No. So, deep greens, that's the when I make my smoothie, they got to have deep greens in them. Need it. I like root vegetables. I like to put ginger in my smoothie. You can put turmeric in your smoothie. Turmeric stains, so be mindful of that. Anything that you get turmeric on, it will stain it like an orangish yellow color. So if you're concerned with that, be careful. Like, just make sure you don't get it on your clothes. And it will even stain your Vitamix and other things. But you can use harsh chemicals to get that stain out, but whatever. I like fruits and vegetables a lot. Today I put a couple kiwis into my smoothie. I sometimes when they're not in season, I get frozen fruits and vegetables. They're not fresh, but they're organic, and they also make it cold, so you don't have to add ice to your smoothie. You just add frozen vegetables, and you get that, not all the fresh enzymes that you get from fresh fruits and vegetables, which is key, but you do get a lot of the nutrients that you get from fruits and vegetables in the frozen form of fruits that sweeten a green smoothie. Papaya, mango, lemon. Lemon is essential. That made me think I'm going to go put some lemon in this because I didn't. And you know, lemon also activates iron in smoothies or anything. If you steam or juice spinach, especially, or kale, and you put lemon in it, it activates some of the iron and other essential minerals in it. So I put a little lemon in there. Other citrus juices are awesome. And yeah, so for your sweetener, you can throw in, if you want, like a half an apple, orange, grapefruit, whatever you like. And just find the flavor that works for you. I love smoothies. They're a big part of my day, and so are tea, herbal teas. Drink herbal teas all day. Too much caffeine, not great. Having caffeine like black tea or coffee in the morning is great. It's actually good for you. It's proven that like 1 to 3 cups in the morning can be good for you, depending on who you are. But don't drink coffee and caffeine in the afternoon because it'll keep you up and it just messes with your circadian rhythm. This is just some things that I found. It also, meditating, mindfulness, 2-3 times a day. Can't stress it enough. And if you have a hard time meditating, there's always guided meditations on the internet, YouTube. You can just put it on, like a 20-minute, even 10 or 5-minute meditation. Just lay down and focus on your breath. Breathing is essential. Breathing is the cornerstone of life. You can go without food. You can go without water for a little while, but you can only go without breath for maybe 3 minutes. And that's if you're really good at holding your breath. So be mindful of your breath and let it breathe from all of your 7 chakras. Now, chakras just like goes all the way down from your coccyx all the way up to the top of your head. So you have there, 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 down here, down here, down. So that's about it for today. I'm just flying off the top of my head. I don't have notes, and I just want to share with you a couple things. If you have cancer, or if you're worried about a sickness or disease, and you just want to have a preventative method of living a healthy life, these things have been working for me so far, and I am overcoming an oligodendroglioma brain tumor and epilepsy. I've actually got myself off of some of these really terrible medications, and I'm still moving forward. So I hope this has helped you. I know some people have it really hard out there, but the main thing to emphasize is gratitude. No matter how fucked up you might feel and how low and down and depressed you might feel, find somewhere inside of you where there's gratitude for something that you have, because that's the cornerstone of life and love and hopefulness, and just believe that things can be better, and helping and giving to other people is the best way to help and give to yourself. All right, my friends, this is Angelo, thanking you for listening to me, and I hope this was beneficial in some way. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Peace.